following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
We want thickness.
What's up, everybody? You are now tuned into the Thiccness Protection Program. This is the podcast celebrating body positivity for the adult content creator community. And if you don't already know, I am the Thiccness Pro. I am honored to be joined by a legend in this business, a hardworking man of over 20 years in the promotions for body positivity events business, someone who is, a fellow advocate of body positivity, as well as entrepreneur, a content creator, and a family man, Mr. Pipes. PipesWellProductions is in the house today.
That's flattering, man. Thank you. That's dope. I appreciate that. That was a good intro.
Pardon the interruption, protectors, but this is Pimpin' Palm, the Mac and Memoji. And before we go any further in this interview, I'm gonna need you to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you are following the podcast. And please leave a rating before you get up on out of here. Now back to the Thiccness Protection Program. Pimpin' Palm, the Mac and Memoji. You dig?
We want thickness.
Thank you. Last time we spoke on the phone last week, I told you that I believe that you and I have connected for a higher purpose with the history of what you've done, for BBWs and putting together the boat cruise this August and, all of your events, which we're going to get into, everything you've done up until this and, the mutual performers you have coming out to that. And then the girls who I have, on the podcast, it's just, you're a great person to, be connected with and tapped into if you really want to get your hands dirty and your feet wet in this game, man. I want to start from the beginning. Tell me about your upbringing. How did you get started, in NYC? What was young Pipes like as a kid?
Very, very disciplined background. Very disciplined background. So everything that I've done is kind of me going outside those confines. Grew up really well, really blessed. Had a very fortunate I would say childhood. Grew up in a private home. My father passed early, my teenage years, but raised by my mom. Only have one other sibling. He's in the industry as well as far as throwing parties and stuff like that. So yeah, I had a very strict situation, but I always found a way to have a little bit of fun.
Right. You found your ways to circumvent it. How far did you go in school?
Oh yeah, finished high school. I always wanted to go to college. Growing up, I always wanted to be a lawyer. I had dreams of going to UNC. Like until about 7th, 8th grade, I was on that path as far as going to college. I was in law programs and doing mock trials and all those type of things, competitions.
Right. Yeah, middle school I did mock trial too, man. Those are some fun times. That's a good activity to get young people into because it not only sparks your verbal creativity, but it just makes you more well-read, I think.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I actually had a chance to have dinner and breakfast with the mayor a few times on Good Morning America. I was very active. Like scholastically, I was doing what I was supposed to do, but then I was also on my little street shit too. So it was definitely I would say an even balance because I was doing both,
Right. Because I did listen to, sorry to cut you off, but I did listen to as much as I could of your episode with Smokers Lounge. Shout out to my uncle, Bobby Lucas. I listened to as much as I could of that. And then you kind of were telling him, you know what, you grew up good in a nurtured home, but the streets kind of found you. Can you talk a little bit about
I grew up in Bushwich. I grew up in Bushwich, Brooklyn. So it's, it's kind of, like I said, I was raised well. If I wasn't raised well, I'm being honest, my outcome probably wouldn't have been I wouldn't be as successful as I am today. You know what I'm saying? Because I was making a lot of dumb decisions. On a personal note, I really feel like after my father passed in 97, I was in like 7th grade, I was 14. That's when I really just stopped caring. Like I didn't stop caring about life. It's not that I didn't want it to live or nothing like that, but I just didn't care about my choice, I wasn't making the best choices because I was just trying to be busy and keep my mind off of that. Which is still something to this day that I battle with, but my father's passing. But I would say I didn't really feel life again until I had my daughter. So because I felt that difference, and that was when I was 25. My daughter was born when I was 24, turning 25. Yeah, so I realized a lot of those decisions, the street stuff that I was doing. I was always a perv. Like I was always on internet and all of this stuff. We'll get into that, but yeah, I didn't really find back to structure until like I had my daughter. Then I was like, I have more to focus on than me. I have more to live for than just myself. So that's when I kind of left all the street stuff alone, and the dumb decisions alone. Now I'm more. I think
she say she feel me like some friend, like come around, she wag her tail, gripping on her ponytail. That's your girl, I couldn't tell. Quickie smoke inside the cell, that smoking's all I couldn't tell. I be smoking by myself, nah, I don't need no help. But shawty, you could help. Let's drop a couple tabs, come on shawty, let's sell. Dripping acid in the L, sipping out the holy grail. We smoking on some gas, you can tell just by the smell.
I mean, if you got a little girl to look out for, obviously, your life is more of value because you gotta, look out for 2 lives at that point.
Yeah, man. So that's just kind of how the early part of my years went. I was doing well, but then I was muddling that line of just like doing my own thing and hanging out and parties and clubs. And then I started working for a record label at a young age. Started working for Ruff Riders for 5 years.
I was literally about to bring that up. Right.
Yeah. So that was my love and passion, music. We had a little studio in the hood, but a real professional one, not just in the bathroom closet. So I was always on the active side as producing and doing beats and stuff like that. I played different instruments, played drums for 7 years, trumpet for 3. So I always had a musical thing. And so when I ended up working for the label on an accident, I got into the label by accident, and then, wanting to be in the music industry, it just went hand in hand. I just fell in love with it.
Right. So when you're starting to get your bearings around the music industry and transitioning from the streets, did you have run-ins with DMX or with Jadakiss, working for Ruff Riders?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. So how I actually started working for the label is wild. So I was on my street stuff. I'm not gonna say what affiliations back then. That's so far removed. But so I heard. So I was hooking up with the clique Ruff Riders, streetwise. And I said, we went to go get bandanas. So someone told me, yo, if you go to this office in Manhattan, you can get the bandanas. This is back when Ruff Riders had all the bandanas and shit like that. So one day we went after school, went to the office, and ended up. So I walk in there, and I see this lady at the front desk, gorgeous red bone. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, how you doing? I was like, I heard I can get one of the bandanas from here. And she was like, you Ruff Rider? And I was like, yeah. Then this dude turns around, and he looked like Method Man. I swear to God, I'll never forget it. He looked exactly like Method Man, but he wasn't Method Man. His name was Seth. He was running come to find out, he was running the office, the street team down in Georgia, but he was just in town. When I realized where I was at the main business offices for the label. Dope. And my first runs in, the first people I actually got a chance to see was the Locks. I'm talking about, this is after, now I'm inquisitive, street team, what's that? How do I get a part of that? And then that's how I initially started working for the label. I started working on a street team. And of course, as you see, everything I do, I go hard. So I used to go and hang out flyers and posters. Then I was always digital, always had my camera. So I would film it, take pictures and print them and show them look, I papered this block. And then I kind of moved up.
Right.
So Jadakiss, the Locks, was the first people. I walk into the office and there's Styles P and Sheik Luch sitting on like this futon chair in the main lobby, like rolling up.
I love it.
You know, of course, I started fanning, and I was like, "Yo, can you sign this poster or whatever?" They signed it. No, they wasn't hyping it up, but they ain't shun me away. And then Jadakiss walks out this back room, and he looks at me. He go, "Yo, you remind me of my man Young." He said, "My man Cloud." I'll never forget this. I haven't spoken to him like in years. I can't wait to see him again. And I want to remind him, like, because I was like young at that. I was like 14, 15 around that time. So he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna call you Young Cloud." I don't know who this guy Cloud is, but apparently I look like him at the time. I don't know if I look like him today, but that was my introduction into the label. And then over the years, concerts, in-store signings. So that's where I got a lot of that other side of the promotion, learning the business side of organizing events. One of the first in-stores I worked was maybe, I can't remember, maybe Eve or the Ruff Riders volume, one of the first volumes, volume 2 or 3. I can't remember which in-stores was first. Don't mock me. I've been on a million of them. But when we used to go to video record stores, there was the Virgin Mega store in Times Square or, in Harlem and stuff like that. So I got to learn the organization and how to put together an event, run it, the behind the scenes of it.
I see. Okay. It's clicking together. All right. So from being on the street team with Ruff Riders and, working the clubs, working the parties, is that really how you got into like the nightlife and the entertainment scene in New York and then got familiar with like clubs and who's working the doors and the fellow promoters?
Yes and no. So, when I was young, like 12, like 13, 12, 13-ish, we used to hang out around the corner from my house. Like I said, I grew up in a private home, but then around the corner, you had some brownstones. Some was was this one block, like 2 houses on buildings on that block was abandoned. So all my friends, we used to just hang out there, just chilling. I never been into drugs, so I wasn't on no drugs and all that, but I wasn't smoking and nothing like that back then. But we used to drink and all that, which isn't right either. But mostly just hanging out, playing football and all of that. I wasn't even really into the drinking stage at that part, but that young. But we used to hang out, and then there was this guy that lived next door to the building we used to hang out, some Spanish guy. And he was like, "Yo, listen, y'all gonna get in trouble out here. Y'all making a lot of noise. Like, I have this base, won't y'all come chill in here?" So we went to this basement of his building. He ran the building, and it was just this huge base. I mean, it was nothing in it but like washing machines and just like hoarded shit, dusty, dirty. So I was like, "Yo, if we clean up down here, can we like chill?" He was like, "Yeah." So after we was down there for a bit, I asked him if I could throw a party one night because we was too young to get into clubs. We was too young to go to parties. So I got the promoter's bug because he was like, "Yo, give me $50 and I'll let you throw a party down here."
I love it.
So I said, $50. I said, "All right, look, I'm going to charge everybody $3. $3. I said, if we get 100 people, that covers renting this place, plus we got some money for some food, whatever. And then I had borrowed DJ equipment, which wasn't real equipment. It was like a 5-disc changer and a speaker. But there was some Jamaican guys that lived upstairs that we got cool with. He let us bring the speakers downstairs. So you have all these people from my neighborhood and then all the surrounding. Think about how many kids are under club age. So everybody was, "Yo, we have a party tonight." $3 wasn't nothing at that. I mean, wasn't rich, but it's $3. So when we had all these kids from different, we already had over 100 people down there. And this is back with the Hot 97 mix CDs. So we weren't like DJing, mixing and scratching. We just playing CDs, but we had a place to party and to chill that wasn't outside in the public. And that gave me the promoter's bug. So growing up from that, that was when I was in junior high school, getting into high school, they used to have teen nights at this club called Speed. It was this big club in Manhattan. It was a nightclub, but they did teen nights once a month, and you couldn't just go. You had to get this card. These guys would come, pop up at the schools, random. Now I look at it, a lot of these dudes are little, catch a predator shit, right? But if you was lucky enough to get one of these cards, it was a different color, every month. One was pink or green. It'll say Club Speed, Teen Night. They didn't have no liquor for you to drink there, but it was for kids, high school kids, to go party in a real club. And that's when I caught it. Like, yeah. And then working for Ruff Riders, we went to sorry for making it so long and drawn out. It's a long, big story to tell.
No, go ahead. This is how it all came together.
So how I started throwing events was me being on a street team, how I grew in there. Promoters used to leave flyers at the office every week. The people at the label didn't care about that shit. DJs used to come and pick up vinyl for free. All the hottest DJs used to come through to get the new records on vinyl from the office. They used to have brown boxes full of vinyl or whatever new singles was out. But also, every time I came in the office, I seen a stack of flyers. Me, I wanted to party. So what I used to do is, after I finished hitting the streets one day, I'll sit in the office and call every flyer. How you doing? My name is Delaveon Carter. I'm with Ruff Riders Entertainment, the street team. I want to know, can I send a few of my street team to come to your event? Hand out some promotional flyers, some T-shirts, CDs, so on and so forth. And I started getting yeses. So now me and my people from high school, and then my cousin, he's like 300 something, 6 something. He was like that in high school. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I got him a security T-shirt, and we used to go to different clubs, not even on no teen nights, on some regular shit, because I was just calling and like, yo, I represent the label. And me and my high school friends was getting into all these nightclubs. Yeah, man, we used to do like twerk. That was back when the twerking came out. So we used to host twerk contests, but we were really underage, you know what I'm saying, at the time. 16, 17-ish, wasn't quite 18, definitely wasn't 21. And I used to get into all these clubs and these parties for free and bringing my team with me just because I used to represent the label. But we did do the work, though. We did the promo and gave out some merch and just helped push the brand. And then I actually just grew within the company because close family to the owners and the founders of Ruff Riders, we had the same last name, so he called me his nephew. So I started getting a check from them, and my roles increased. I started working on the game dog, the dog food line, and then ultimately started working for the clothing line they had. So that's kind of how I grew within, just becoming just a street team member, just going to events and handing out flyers to actually getting paid for my work. And that showed me everything I needed to know about being a promoter and learning the behind the scenes of a business, learning how to take care of the definites. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of people that throw events and parties. They'll pick a day before they have a venue.
I took a job as a waiter. I'm trying to flex on my haters. That part don't happen till later. I'm peeling off layer by layer. 75 cents on my tap card. Carrying more weight than a rap bar. I seen a thug on the bus. Possible ops, so I act hard. Get to my stop and I go quick. I left my wallet like, oh shit. Just got to work and I'm hopeless. 5 minutes in it, I'm so sick. I kill a beat like a massacre. These people think I'm a janitor. Bitch wanna ask for the manager. I obviously wasn't a fan of her. I'm livid cause nobody tipping. I fill up the water they sipping. They fuck up the vibe and they dipping. I've been considering stripping. Might be a possible option. Buy me a drink when you drop me. Maybe I'm supposed to be broke, and life is a game I cannot win.
Anything can happen. You could not find a venue. It could be the prices couldn't be right. It could be you can't find a venue to accommodate what you're doing. It could be many a thing. But that's why, just little things like that showed me the business. Like, make sure you have all your ducks in a row, especially before you start jumping out the window and promoting, because you promote an event space, and now you got to change all the flyers. You got to change all the promotion. Now we're doing something over here. So little things like that. So that I definitely caught the promoter's bug from young.
Dig it. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you breaking it all down. It really does make sense.
I'm so sorry that was such a long story, y'all.
No. It's a very clear picture. Okay. So from there, you're starting to run around the club scene. You're climbing the ladder as a promoter, very young cat still. How did the whole XXX content come into your life?
I've always been addicted to like sex. Like, I'm talking about, I'm young, watching the cartoon, having the remote. And mind you, let me just set this up. Like, I had very structured home. I just had to be creative. You know, I had a mother that worked every day of her life, leaving the house at 6 a.m., getting on a train, going to work. And so it wasn't that I didn't have supervision and all that. I was just, you know, when you want to do something, you figure it out. So I wait till my mom go to sleep, dad sleep, and I'm watching HBO. You know,
HBO, baby, that's
Skin
Skinemax, bro. Because
yeah,
same
and then
similar
I
thing.
take you. Remember what was the show called? Damn, I'm having a brain fart.
Okay, there was Hollywood Sexcapades. There was I'm trying to remember.
No, it was a reality series. It was a show.
HBO After Dark, BET After Dark.
No. This is damn. It was a whole series that used to come on either like show Cinemax or HBO. And it was acting like it was a adult like porn version of Real World, but it was a series. So it was a show that acted like they was filming a reality series.
Okay.
In
like
Encino Valley
show. Okay.
It was in the
Encino. Yeah, that's in the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah, that was where
shout out to my brother Vonnie Ocho who laced me with this.
Hat is dope too.
Thank you. Yeah, Valley
It'll
Side
come
Clothing.
to me, and if
oh yeah,
We want thickness.
big booty hoes, punk with it. Hell yeah, man, thick thighs to my surprise. You know what I'm saying? My dog. You know?
Yeah, so check it out, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are down with the thickness, you need to go get you a t-shirt and a hat. Thiccness Protection Program t-shirt and a TPP bucket hat. Available now at palmmerch.bigcartel.com.
You heard the man. Need him, man.
Can't think of it while we on. Just please, I'll find it and put an asterisk like in this video. I just want to shut the name of the show, and I just looked it up not too long ago. But it'll come to me. But so I used to watch that in HBO Real Sex, and then they had the pimps up, hoes down, and hookers at the point. And
down, yeah.
I just was fascinated with it. And then the internet came, and we was blessed to have a computer with its own separate phone line for dial-up, so we didn't have to unplug the house phone to get on dial-up. And we talking about the AOL free 10,000 hours of internet disc and June, all of that vibe. And I just used to always perv. And then when they got to like our fingertips, I was hooked, man, sort of like a drug. So I started doing graphic design, self-taught, because I was asking somebody to help me and they didn't. Right. So I just invested my money, bought Photoshop. This is back when the bootleg Photoshop was $700.
Because last time we spoke, you did show me the picture, the poster you did for the Giants.
Yeah. My work done came up. I do a lot of work for sports players and stuff like that too.
Right. So all of your flyers and your graphic designs and logos and whatnot, you're doing all of those in-house?
In-house.
My man. Wow.
That's why I'm able to turn it out so quick. You know what I'm saying? If I get it. Like, and that's why I tell promoters, like, it's hard. You know, when I see promoters promoting something, and especially, you know, and it looks corny or look trash, and I'm not talking about lack of skill. I'm just talking about it just looks like crap. The first thing I look at is if you can't invest time, energy, and money into the flyer, then my thing is what are you doing with the event?
I mean, for me personally, my favorite thing is always making the flyer.
Yeah, it's like I tell people,
it's drawing, man. It's art class.
Yeah, if I made you a steak, but I brought a juicy fucking steak, I'm talking about with all the trimmings. You smell it, looks good. I hand it to you on a garbage can lid. You're not going to eat it. You're going to look at it like it's crazy. So,
well, there's an analogy for you.
Why would me as a consumer, if I look at somebody and they have a whack ass flyer and there's girls on the flyer, the top of their head cut off, or their arms and they all this glow around their body, and they holding cell phones in the picture.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that like, if you have a business and that's the work you putting out, no, everybody's not a graphic designer. But what you do if you're not one, you hire one.
Yeah.
And
you gotta have quality all throughout.
Yeah, even if you can't create a million flyers, like the way you see all my flyers is because I'm doing them myself. If I had to pay somebody, there's thousands of dollars worth of work.
All right.
So I'm sorry.
Well, to digress from just like the flyers, I really wanted to know, like, okay, how do you go from being a viewer of this content, just like a normal dude who watches porn, to somebody who is involved with strippers, involved with dancers,
that was the question,
yeah,
right?
Working with porn stars, exactly.
I do what any horn dog, any male would do. You when you want to get a woman's attention, you got to find a way to capture it. And what better way to capture it than with creativity? So I used to go on these like all these. Remember back in the day, chat rooms was a chat room. There was no pictures. It was just, there was blogs or whatever they call them that had people's post pictures on them. I used to take those pictures, do graphic design. Now that I look back at it, obviously it was trash, right? Look at my work now and compare to that. But at that time, you couldn't tell me I didn't have the flyest work on the streets. So I used to design these things just to get these women's attention. And a lot of them was the adult who a lot of these ladies are now like superstars. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly at that time, I was just doing it because I was a fan. And I wanted to be noticed. I wanted them to know that I'm different from them. So what better way than to do some artwork and show them like, yeah, I'm a fan. And back then, there wasn't a whole bunch of people doing flyers and graphics for adult stuff, unless it was with a production company. And I'm young at the time, 17-ish.
Whoa,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, PWP started in 2002. That's for when I started my magazine, my online magazine. So this is before then. So I was young and I was doing all of this stuff. And that was just me being grown, trying to be grown. So that's how I started getting into graphics.
Word. So with the magazine, were you clicking up with photographers to like shoot the
No, this is when I started the magazine, this was like strictly talent that started doing websites or shooting content at the time. Because remember, there was no real video. So everything was like photos. It'll be a million photo on a photo up a new update on the website back then was 1 million photos. It was 1,000 photos, and that was the content because video wasn't prevalent like on the internet at the time. So these are ladies that started their own independent websites and stuff like that, or talent that was shooting for websites. And then I just wanted to do, I used to sneak to the adult stores and buy like Blacktail and Big Black Bud and Big Butt magazine, because I like curvaceous women. So Playboy didn't do it for me. And, it goes from those days to now. Dynamite, the publisher of Blacktail magazine, is family to me. See, I met her through my wife. This is in-house now. You got Gail and Tyrone, Power Bosom, who was the editor of Big Butt and Big Black Butt magazine. So, I went from being a young kid sneaking into adult stores, purchasing these magazines, to now they're my Rolodex. Well, I'm old now, in our phones. It's a phrase I used to use, Rolodex. They're my call log. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm on a totem pole with these folks. When I was just a consumer, I was just a fan back then. So those ladies that used to be featured in the magazines, those ones I wanted to interview. And I just wanted to have interviews that was more than just the erotic side. Like, yeah, we got to the adult content, but we found out there was more to these women other than just porn.
And that's why you and I are one and the same, bro, because like, being a fan of all the BBWs, everyone you originally saw in like the first year of Thiccness Protection Program, going from that and realizing, what, these women have more of a story to tell than just like fucking on camera and your typical, purple couch questions. There's way more to this. There's the mental health side and
it is
exactly. And there's more to
even
it.
with my show. I have a show that was supposed to air last year. I have like 7-8 interviews already filmed. PWP Raw and Uncut. Hopefully we can get this thing launched in 2024. I just wanted to build up enough content so that way we could release every week. It's a sit down interview in person, and then we have the person we're interviewing do a product review of like, especially like with our sponsors, Bad Dragon, we get their products and we let the ladies, we film that. So that's where the adult content part of it comes from. But we do have these sit down interviews with so many Queen Rogue, and we have local ladies that's like my homegirl Yanni Cash. She's one of the most awesome performers, dancers out here. But she has her own business. She has her own cleaning service. She owns property. You get what I'm saying? So There's more to these women than just the content. There's more to the women than just the adult side of it. And that's what I love. And like you said, we talk about mental health. Well, I ask ladies, how do they deal with being in industry? How do they deal? How do they cope? Because we all a little sick. We all have some kind of trauma.
I'll agree with that.
While we're able to navigate through our whatever space you're in. I'm a firm believer that It may not be the God's honest truth for everybody, but in my heart of hearts, I feel, we have to be a little bit different or special than others to be in this lifestyle.
Well, let me ask you this, Pipes. How did your community first react to you throwing specifically BBW events and plus size events? Listening to you with Bobby, you guys kind of talked about how, at first there was really the term BBW didn't really come out till it's still a relatively new word. It hasn't came about since like the last 10 years. So before that,
like how
did you create a home for the big girls?
But it's an acronym, right? And
yeah.
So when here's the thing. There in New York, I can only speak for. So there was a lot of underground, I was talking about Power Bosom, who y'all Google Power Bosom, like she's a powerhouse. Her and her husband Tyrone, they was throwing a lot of lifestyle parties since before I was born. Then there was the swing community. There's all this stuff existed. It was all underground. You know what I mean? It was all hush hush. So there was always been a market. And then there was this group called Goddesses. The lady that used to run it name was Nancy. She was an SSBBW lady. And there was this underground community. They used to throw parties monthly or quarterly. They was called Goddesses parties. And it was just like nothing but plus size, BBWs, SSBBWs. And it was a safe space for them. And then you had other groups more, like the bigger and better things. My dude, Mike. He throws vanilla BBW events. Not so much now. He didn't start a travel agency, but he still have them. There was always a market.
I see.
It wasn't publicized. It was everything hush hush. And I just got to the point where I'm like, why does it have to be hush hush? Why does it have to be a secret? And anything that I do, I want to do it big. I want my name on it. I want bright lights. So I started look, I'm going to do something that's going to turn heads. I'm going to make it public. I'm not going to be on some quiet handing out. No, we're going to put out flyers and how the community received it, people didn't believe it. Even the people I was advocating for couldn't believe it. They didn't see the vision. And I knew where I wanted to go. I knew where this, I'm like, I'm not the only one. If you love a plus size woman, say that shit. Say it with your chest.
I love a plus size woman.
Yeah, I just hate the narrative of that. You go to the club and then you ain't pick nothing up, so you call your big girl. And no, I don't like that. I think it's disgusting. That's why I go so hard. These ladies deserve to have their name. I was trying to find this thing. They deserve to have their name in lights. I don't know if I can pull this thing off. They deserve to have their names in lights and be celebrated. Like I said, celebrated, not tolerated. That's why we do passes. These ladies that perform, they don't get a chance to be on flyers, laminates, and no different. And the people that makes these for me, they do the Super Bowl. They do the MTV Music Awards. They do the VMAs. I always wanted the best. And I'm not afraid. I've spent my entire career betting on me. Betting on what I know is to be real. When I've booked out clubs, the first time went from throwing local parties, renting out venues and spaces. The first time that I ever did a club event, I bought out one of the biggest clubs in New York. It was called the Players Club. I think I said the story with
when we spoke last week.
So I'll try to make it shorter on this one. I was like, I want to do something big. I want to do a party. I was watching the Players Club one night, and I'm like, yo, I want to throw a strip party. I want to throw a big one. And then I got on the internet. I started Googling clubs that's here in New York. And what came up? Players Club. Swear to God, it was a club in the Bronx, called the Players Club. Hold 400 people. Strip club. Urban. I put my little proposal together, what I was planning to do. Went there. Y'all go to Smokers Lounge, you want to hear the rest of that story. I bought out the entire club for the night where none of their performers would be dancing. I gambled on myself big. And we packed that bitch. And I've done that. I've bought out strip clubs at least 6 to 7 times in my career, where we bought out the entire club just for our ladies. I stopped doing the clubs now because most of our ladies don't do pole work, and that's really the only difference what a strip club will provide for you, right? So it's like why put up that money? Why go through the rigmarole of all that shit if we really not going to utilize the facility to its fullest?
Can you speak on the variety of events that you've thrown over the years leading up to the Thick Boat Cruise?
All the events are pretty much the same, different themes. I just believe in keeping things fresh. So it started with the Jelly Ain't Jam. That was at the strip club. So we called it the Jelly Ain't Jam because the full title was It Must Be Jelly because jam don't shake like that. I got that from my uncle who passed away. I was really close with him. And he used to just say that, old school nigga. My uncle used to call him Cadillac Jack. And girl walked by, he go, damn, that must be jelly because jam don't shake like that. So that always stuck with me. So my first event was a tribute to him. We called it Jelly Ain't Jam for short. So, we did that at the clubs, and then I did 100% cornbread fed. I used to do those around my birthday. So I used to rent out the club and do it on my birthday in January. But then I stopped doing those because we started our Super Bowl events, which is one of my biggest events, and we just did number 10. So the Super Bowl is our longest running themed event. And then we have the Booty versus Boobs. Then we have we did an Ass Diction event. I've done tattoo parties, tits and tattoos. We've done it all. Try to always keep it fresh. And then we work with some of the best talent in the world. And then even when you work with some of the best talent, no one wants to keep seeing the same talent, right? So I had to think, what can I do? So about 2 years ago is when I started doing these meet and greets. And that's kind of attributed to what I see with my vanilla life, where I'm working with the sports players and stuff. So I see how we do the fans, the meet and greets, the autograph signings. And I'm like, yo, let's bring back the glory days where you want to meet your favorite performers like Pinky. So our events now has turned into, a 3-ring circus. It's not just about the strip party, the stripping. It's about celebrating your favorite creators. And now, because of the way the internet is now, we have creators, and they're not just porn stars anymore. Because you have now ladies, I hate that people, I'm going to try to make this the only controversial thing I'm going to say on your platform.
Please say all the controversial things you want.
No, I'm going to limit it to, because I want to come back. So I want to give you a little one every time I come.
Yeah, trail of breadcrumbs of controversy from Pipes, yes.
Everybody's not a porn star. Y'all can't just use that because you sound sexy.
And me coming from the vanilla world, at first I was using that. If you guys go back to the first couple episodes, but I know now there's a difference. Content creator.
And let me say why I'm saying this, where I say only a hit dog bark. I'm not going to say no names, but I'm going to give you an example of a reason why I say that. There's a million people that can sing and sing really well. Did I make them a pop star, R&B star, Grammy nominated artist?
Yeah.
No. Just there's a lot of actors, a lot of thespians. Did that make you a movie star? No. So when people that do adult content and they automatically call themselves a porn star because it sounds sexy, you're not. You're just not. And there's no disrespect to you, but you're not. You are a adult performer, actress, actor. I just hate that everybody use that because it kind of diminishes the value of it. You're not a star until you know you're a star when you're a star. You know when you hit your stardom. So I just hate that people use that word so loosely. That term so loosely. I think it's disrespectful to those that earned it. You get what I'm saying? So our events feature content creators because now the internet is, the adult industry has changed so much that you become your own producer, your own.
Right. It's
OnlyFans is the Uber
self-creators
adult content.
I believe honestly YouTube was that first domain that allowed the user to be the creator.
Definitely. It started with YouTube, and then people started doing the Vines, and you know what I mean, going viral and world. So I love the fact you can be you can have fans but not be a porn star. You know what I mean? You a content, you have fans. So I love to be that guy that brings your what besides the money that we make off the events, what I love, and I mean, put me on the lie detector. when a fan or a person that purchased a ticket, they come to the event and they go, Pipe, thank you. Bro, I always wanted to meet her. Thank you. Like, I've always wanted to. And I love the fact that we've built a reputation that ladies feel comfortable in letting us host their meet and greets, or ladies that do come out to the events that normally don't do public parties, appearances, nothing. And because of our reputation, and then when we get to talk, they realize I'm cool as fuck. But it's only because of the reputation that I built that people are even willing to listen to the proposal. So whether we're booking talent or talent just, you know what? That's cool. I'm going to be in New York around that time. I like to come out. When people get to meet their fans, people that, a person that's paying for somebody's OnlyFans, they're not expecting to meet them because there's no platform for them. There's no outlet.
As I said before to you last week on the phone, brother, the thing that I admire about what you do so much is that, like, coming from the music industry, this is like Rolling Loud, but for BBWs. This is, you're like a Governor's Ball or like a Lollapalooza, but for if you into the big girls.
The fact that you even said all that, like, you gonna make me blush, and I don't want to take it there. I'm too dark skinned to be blushing. I ain't gonna turn red. I'm gonna turn purple. But no, for real, like that's why I don't say I throw parties. I don't throw parties. I throw events. I don't do monthly, bi-weekly. We do quarterly, about 3 to 4 events a year. Because you think about how many parties you've been to. You've been to birthday parties, bachelor parties.
Listen, on the West Coast, what we call it is functions, because you don't quite know if that's a party, if it's a concert, if it's a charity event, if it's a fundraiser. Just go have a good time. You can network, you can dance, you can have a drink, you can have a smoke, you can get something to eat, enjoy yourself. It's a function. That's what
100%. Yeah. And when the reason why we call it events is because I want it to be memorable. And I wanted to get to a point where it's not even a question. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to keep building and investing money in the events and doing better than what we've done. I don't look at what nobody else is doing.
Well, let me ask you this, Pipes. When it comes to some of the talent you have on your bill, first of all, I wanted to know how you got in touch with the host, Shayna Ray, and how you went through that selecting process of making her that.
All right. I've always wanted to work with her. I'm not going to tell y'all how I did it because then I'll be just giving away my shit. Always wanted to work with Shayna. I have a good friend, someone that I met out the blue, hit me up about my event. I did Exotica weekend. I did let me correct that. We're not associated with Exotica, so it's not an Exotica after party. We did an event the Saturday night last year when the Exotica convention was in town in New Jersey. It was my first New Jersey event, but it had nothing to do with Exotica. I always do the same event in Brooklyn every year. I decided to bring it closer to New Jersey because there's so many people that don't get a chance to come that's in town because they're in town for the convention, but they can't come after the convention all the way to Brooklyn to come to one of our events. So I decided to bring it closer. So this is a young lady the same day hit me up that afternoon like, yo, I heard about your event. Somebody told me I want to come out. She paid her tip in. We talked. She paid her money right away to dance, to get on the lineup. I ended up on my way leaving the event, leaving Exotica. I went to Exotica to do some promo and the network, and then I was on my way to the after party, and I seen her because she don't recognize me. I recognize her, and she was like, I was like, yeah, you come to the event tonight? She was like, yeah. She couldn't tell me who the one who referred her to my event, but she ended up coming out, had an amazing time. Then she came to one of my other events in Brooklyn. Super cool young lady, amazing content creator, amazing performer. And she does work with Shayna Ray. And I said, yo, I need a favor. I see you well all the time. Can you just plug me in? I still had to do my due diligence. I still had to handle the business side of it. But she was able to tell Shayna Ray, hey, this guy's messaging you. Because Shayna has 1.4 million followers.
Right.
So I know she has at least 100,000 messages in her DMs. She answered mine and we made the deal.
I love it. Yeah, I caught a glimpse of her from a distance at Exotica Chicago, but you know me, I'd be blanking on names sometimes. So
Shayna Ray was at Chicago?
I believe I saw her there.
Maybe
This
she
was a
was. I
couple
was supposed to
months
be in
ago.
Chicago. I didn't go this year.
Okay.
I was at Chicago last year though.
Right. Either way, man, we're gonna have to link face to face. We need to shake hands, break bread real soon. I wanted to ask, when it comes to talent that are on your bill, you have different tiers. There's people who are performing live, and then there's people who are guests. Can you break down what is the, I guess, privileges or roles or benefits of, you know, the two different categories?
Okay. No, I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people just assume. So like I said, our events are 3-ring circuses. We're not a strip club, so therefore it's not just a strip event. We have fans that want to meet their favorite creators. So you have a young lady that can make money that may not be a dancer. She's just either a P-star or a content creator. And having her come to the event means her fans are coming to the event. So you don't have to technically be a performer, but all the ones that says performing live, those are the ladies that pay their money into the event like a regular strip club, and they're going to be working. Those are the ladies that's going to be dancing, getting money. When you have special guests, it could be shout out to like our sponsors, right? Shout out to BBW XXX Adventures, and shout out to Rock Bundy, Duke's Dolls. Shout out who else? I'm trying to think. iHeart BBW. Like,
yep, shout out to iHeart.
You have those
Pussy,
platforms, right? That are sponsors of the event.
Yeah.
So when they have talent, they have tickets. They become sponsors. They get perks. They get tickets. They get passes. They're inviting their friends. They're inviting creators that they work with. So when you see someone that says special guest, they're in the building. So we're gonna shout them out because we want their fans to know they're here.
Right.
You got
what are they
like?
But what is a special guest doing? Do they come out and wave? Or are they walking around?
No, they come to party. If they want to meet and
cool.
greet with fans, they can. If they want to sit and chill, they can. But for instance, I have a thing for Monique Leslie.
Shout out to her.
I think
the
she's
best.
fucking
My
fire.
First in-person BBW interview.
I think she's fire. She's one of the fucking
the
hot.
fire. The fire.
I sent her a message like on a tweet like, "Won't you come out and play with us?"
Pipes, your pause game is excellent, man. Just the pause before you hit the line.
No, it's because this is how it happened.
In stand-up comedy, we call that embracing the pause, and I think it's interesting to hear you talk. It just adds that drama to it.
Swear to God, this is exactly how I be texting and how I be talking. Come out and play with us. Like, come on. And she saw it. She said, "Oh, that look cool." She said, "Hell yeah, she's a special guest." You know why? She's gonna come out to a beautiful event, sexy. We don't have her in the VIP partying with us. But you know what? How many public events do she do? None. So it's not just beneficial for us, it's beneficial for her because now fans of her like I am, and she's not the only one. There's a million ladies. Like, and I don't want people to think like I'm just shouting out one person.
And there's a lot of ladies who have gotten down with the Thiccness who are going to be out there.
Yeah, it's the fact that they're coming through the party and they're coming to New York and they're networking. And a lot of these ladies now, like shout out to BBW Productions, who's also a sponsor.
I actually just got hit to them.
Content while they're in New York. And these ladies are coming. Shout out to Charisma. Shout out to Princess Havoc.
Big Cherry.
Yes, Big Cherry. Like these beautiful names. Then we got Shayna Ray. We got I Want Kiki Lee. We got Thunder. Phoebe Sunshine.
I'm telling you, this is the closest thing to a festival of
London Vega.
BBW creators that you will get.
Hair Addiction.
Yeah.
Sexy May.
Well, let me ask you this, Pipes.
Starlet Aldrich.
Hello. Let me ask you this, Pipes. Is there any other brands who are in a similar lane of throwing events, such as like Girls Gone Wireless, for example, who you've collabed with or had any conversations with?
Well, I have to say this, Girls Gone Wireless is a totally different thing. That we're nowhere in the same lane. They are one of the pioneers of the content house though.
Right. Shout out Kendra and Stay Ready.
Shout out to Kendra, Stay Ready. I want to collab with them. We spoke on some things. And I got something. I'll tell you off camera.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll give you the inside scoop as soon as we hang this up, and you're gonna fucking love it.
I'll be listening. Well,
it's something that no one's ever done.
Let me ask you this before we wrap, Pipes. For
Damn,
somebody,
I was having a ball.
Oh yeah. Well, there'll be many, many more. You know, the door is always open for Pipes whenever you want to sit down. I consider.
I'm coming to you though. I'm gonna come.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit in the
Oh yeah,
studio
yeah, yeah.
like everybody else.
We go jump in the stew. Well, I want to know, how can somebody who, has nothing but like, well, I don't know if has nothing is the phrase. How can somebody do a BBW event of their own or any type of party, with these ladies of their own?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna encourage nobody because then you'll be stepping into my lane of competition. But now let me stop. There is no competition when it comes to me. I'm gonna be on Lukaku when I say it. There's a million people that throw parties, plus size things. When I tell you I don't look at what nobody else do, I'm in competition with myself. There's absolutely no disrespect to nobody. No disrespect. Let me set this up. I mean no disrespect. There's no comparison to what we do on this side at PWP than anything I've ever seen anybody else do. And the only reason because of that is because I only focus on me and how do I make my last event better than my next event, better than my last event. Somebody that want to get into this industry, just first of all, you got to be a real legitimate promoter because this is a niche market. It's hard to sell this. The reason why we're fighting is because we're fighting to make it where it's not hard to sell this. I want events that we do to be like a Beyonce concert. When they say Beyonce come to town, Jay-Z come to town, should sell out in minutes.
Right. It's not like, your regulars that you'd find week to week.
Yeah, like I'm being
slam.
honest. We've been at this too long where we should have been sold out already. I want to get to the point where I'm saying, you know what? We have a 7 to 11 cruise and then a 12 to 4 cruise same night. It should be an overflow, right? We should fill up one boat of 300 people, 400 people, and have another boat of 300, 400 people.
Shit show, no worries. I'ma do my damn thing. No worries, no worries, baby, no worries. No worries, baby, no worries. No worries, baby, no worries. No worries, baby, no worries.
And I'm not gonna stop until we hit to that mark. Because the plus size community, but it takes work because the reason why I feel as a whole, and I know I'm looking at the clock, as a whole, we're not advanced is because a lot of the people in the community, they're setting us back with their ways. If everybody treat this as a business and not a hobby, we'll progress a lot further. Now, you want to have another interview about that? We can. But I will tell you, you see a lot of people that are content creators, they treat this business and this industry as a hobby. And that's why you get the results you do. I literally just watched a content creator, a person who do porn. Don't want to call her porn star, but she is really known. She literally on camera said her computer's broke. Someone said, get a Mac. Why don't you buy me a Mac or contribute? I don't have $2,000-$3,000 to buy a Mac computer. I'm being honest with what's going on. I literally watched that today.
You stole the motherfucking words out of my mouth. Because did you not see how I tweeted before I tweeted the flyer with you on it? How I said the sex industry is the only industry where I see people going off on their customers and expecting them to be customers.
See, here's the thing. That's one whole story in itself. Yeah. I'm only talking about the fact that you are porn star. You don't got $2-3K to invest in a product for your business. And even if you don't, why would you publicize it? You heard what Dave Chappelle told you. Keeping it real can go wrong.
Exactly.
So if how I look at it as a fan, a promoter, a business person, you telling me you ain't got $2,000 invested in your business, then you ain't got a business. You got a hobby. You make money off your hobby. Because I'm no disrespect. There's never a day in life I don't got $2 or $3,000 in my account. No disrespect. And even if I didn't have it, why would you publicize that? Right? So if that means business must not be good. Cause what operating business, and when you're a content creator, you're in any industry, you're a business. What business doesn't have 2-3K in capital? So you got to read between the lines. So I'm just going to tell. I know we looking at the clock. Stop treating this business as a hobby. Because if you look at the people that's successful, that's really financially successful, not just the ones that catch fire. Because you got some people that catch fire, but that dilutes over time. Do you see Jay-Z and Beyonce posting they got problems? People use their
exactly. Whoa.
People use their adult. Bro, how much time I got? How much I got? 30 seconds?
Let's run over. I'll get it across.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
No disrespect to nobody. I hate to see people post their kids. I hate to see people post fucking funerals. I hate to see people post when they're in the hospital. We're in the business of providing the fantasy. This is not your therapy space.
Right.
So when you sign on as such and such, your industry persona name, no one gives a fuck what Jane Doe has going on in her life. No one cares. Jane Doe can come on live, start crying. Oh, my grandmother died today. She was so beautiful. Niggas be like, oh, my condolences. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Let 10 minutes go by. Somebody gonna pop into that live? Stand up and twerk some. Let me see some. Pull a titty out. They don't care. These people, that's why I said some people got something loose up here.
Well, the truth is that I believe that it's that social media provides the brain with a drug called dopamine, and in dopamine that rewards your mind with validation. And when people go to social media because it's like addicting as a drug for that source of validation, listen, man, my dad has pancreatic cancer and he's been suffering for 9 months. Thank you. Listen, when I see peers of mine, friends, colleagues, people say, oh, they lost a loved one, I'm writing my condolences. And then I send my prayer hands emoji, the heartbreak emoji, the dove emoji, the flowers emoji, the candle emoji. And I'm like, when my father passes away, am I posting on social media? Yeah, you're going to do that to update people you care about, but don't seek no fucking validation from that, because you ain't going to get nothing but them damn emojis that you sent back to people.
No, how about this? Let me help you change your thought process a little bit. Yeah. No disrespect.
No, please do. You know I look up to you as like a big brother.
No, so. And I appreciate it. I'm learning to adjust to hearing that. Because I don't want to get comfortable, but I do appreciate it, bro. No one gives a fuck that Thiccness Appreciation Program has problems.
That's right.
This ain't even the platform for you to put about your pops. Because honestly, what people fail to realize, when we post our inner circle publicly, personal life publicly, how you know that when I see people post their family's funeral, or in their hospital, how you know they want to be seen? If you want to talk personal, create a personal Facebook. But then you know what these performers do?
Yeah.
They create a personal Facebook and have their professional fans follow their personal Facebook. Jay-Z's mom just got married to a woman. Now, they said if you listen to Jay-Z music, you would have heard that. I haven't listened faithfully for a long time.
I knew 50 Cent's mom was lesbian, but
I had no fucking clue until I just saw the media break out. Maybe that's not a good analogy. Let me give you a better example. At the end of the day, let me not give an example. Let me just say it straight out. Keep your personal life personal, your professional life professional.
Yeah. See, they're coming to Thiccness Protection Program for interviews with creators. They're not coming for what Dylan is going through personally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You don't see nothing going on in my personal life online. I tell people, either I'm perving or promoting. That is the only reason I'm on the internet.
I needed to hear that, man. I needed to grow out of that because I too, like, you know, because my whole thing was I'm spending all these time watching all these people and I want people to watch me. I want people to
it's
care
not
for
a
me.
sad
And
thing. No. Let me.
You know, no,
Don't beat
that's,
yourself up. Let me tell.
right.
I know what your logic is. Let me tell you why
Yeah.
you fell into that thought process. When you're in an industry, you really about your business.
Yes.
So most of the people you deal with is in this industry. It's like why celebrities date other celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Is it for the camera? No, this is just who the circle I'm around. Why don't the celebrity date a regular person? Well, I'm not around regular people. I'm around industry people. I'm always on movie sets, video sets. Keep your personal life personal because I can't speak for us as men. No one's coming to see me. No one's coming to see Pipe. But as a female content creator, people are following you because they want to see the sexy. They're trying to escape their problems to indulge in some activity. No one cares about you, and I hate to say it like that because we're human, but they're not human when your butt, like when girls be like, "Why are you flirting with me? I don't want that shit today." What you mean you don't want that shit today? Your name is Miss Sucker Dick. Your name literally says Miss Sucker Dick. So when I send you a dick pic, now you upset.
Yeah.
How you upset with me? Now, when I tell ladies this, yes, men should be gentlemen always. I watch women spaz on their fans. I say, listen, you don't know what happened. That fan could have just been on your OnlyFans, buying content from you, whacking one off. And then you know what? They get a notification because they hit the bell. Now they seeing you on Instagram Live. Now they get to see you face to face and damn near talk to you face to face. So what they go, oh my God, I fucking love you. The way you're, blah, blah. Listen, I'm not on here talking about that shit today. I'm not feeling that. I got.
Literally.
Whoa. You spend your whole career trying to make people scream your name. So you can't get offended when they hit you up trying to scream your name. But that's what I'm trying to say. It don't say, I'm going to just use the name Vanessa. It don't say Vanessa such and such is online right now. It says Miss I Suck Dick is online right now. So what am I supposed to think when I see Miss Sucks Dick is online? That means I should send her dick pic because I want to get her attention. Hopefully, mine's look better than the other one she looked at. Now, I'm not saying, guys, you should do that because you should always ask a woman if they want. You don't give no unsolicited, don't be weird. But some guys are. But my thing is it really weird when I watch your content and you saying, give it to me, give me all. I'm watching this live on OnlyFans. And then I get a notification, bing, Miss I said, oh my God, I get to see her right now. I just looking at her content she shot. So they go over to Instagram. Hi, I'm such a big fan. I love the way you. Yo, who's gonna help me pay for my nails to get done today? Who's gonna buy me this sandwich? I'm going to lunch.
And let me just say this, and if I get criticized for this, fuck it. That's very tacky. That's creators, stop doing that.
First of all, if a fan, I'm not gonna tell nobody what to do or not to do. True fans, there's a difference between fans and followers. Fans pay for your content, they contribute. Followers give you likes and comments. You're gonna have way more followers than fans on a social platform. And this is why ladies that feel like, yo, I need to be booked. Pipe, I need to be booked to come to your event. I'm never gonna tell a lady she's not worth a dollar amount. That's not my place. And I will never disrespect someone and say that. But for me, it's not personal, it's business. So if you're a content creator or you're a talent and you want me to book you for an event, I have to be able to. Can I give this? All right, I'm gonna give you this one short thing, right? Let's use a round number. Let's just say $1,000. Easy money, 1,000. I'm using this number because it's just easy to work with. Okay. A round number. I hit up a lady. Hello, how you doing? I'm having an event. I want to have you host it. What would you need? I need $2,500. No, I'm sorry. We're gonna say 1,000. Let's just say 1,000. Okay, now let's say this person has 300K in fans on just Instagram alone. Not Twitter, not nothing else. Just let's just say IG. 300K, but they want $1,000 coming to the event. I'm sorry, I'm gonna make this quick, bro.
No.
In order for me to 1,000, that's 40 $25 tickets. Mind you, this person got 300 something K followers, right? They're gonna hit me with, of course, I could sell 40 tickets. That's easy. Good. That means not me promoting no other females, no other nothing, no sponsors, no bells and whistles, just you. You showing up. Can you get 40 of your fans to come out? Yes, I can. At $25? Yes, I can. All right, I got my $1,000 back. I don't put up $1,000 to just get 1,000 back. We need a profit. So let's just double it. I got to double my investment. Or what's the point of making an investment? So now that's 80. Oh, I got 350,000 followers. I can get 80 people to show up to your event. Nobody other than Pinky has ever sold out one of the events that I've booked. Shayna going to do it, though. Shayna Ray's going to do it. No disrespect to no other host. No disrespect. Forgive me. I might have to edit this, but I'm being honest, bro. Nobody has ever sold out yet. So when I invest money into a talent, I pay them what they ask for the most part. But when ladies come up with numbers to book them, can you double the money? That's the booking. If a club says we got Cardi B, or even a concert pays Cardi B $1 million a show. They're selling tickets. They're gonna make way more than $1 million. They're gonna triple, quadruple their money. It's business. It's not personal. But in this industry, ladies feel like, or talent feels like, I should be paid this, not going off of, real business practice, what the market is. So I make deals. Certain ladies, we go for ticket sales. Certain ladies get paid straight out because I know I can flip the money and I'll make it up on the back end. And a lot of ladies that do bookings, they get in public appearance bookings different from personal bookings. You get what I'm saying?
I see.
So when I'm just trying to say, be fair. And yes, our bookings, we pay out more than $1,000. But I'm just using it as an example. If you ask somebody for $1,000, that means you have to sell $40, $25. I use the $25 mark because that's a cheap ticket. If you can't get 80 people to buy a $25 ticket to see you, are you really as hot as you think you are?
That's very real.
Because that's the difference between fans. You have people that buy an album in the store, but then you have people that'll come and see you in concert.
There are people who will stream you all day, but they're not pulling up to your show.
Tens of thousands of people that come out to her show. She has millions of people, tens of millions that buy the CD, buy the download, down the stream. How many people go to a venue? The Barclays hold 20,000 people. Think about it. 20,000 is a very small percentage for a person that went diamond and sold 100 million copies of their record. So no disrespect. The math is the math. So I look at things from a promoter and a consumer side. I just want things to be fair. We book talent because I do it for the fans. And I'll figure out a way to make that money on the back end. I make sure I make it work. But a lot of ladies, when we trying to celebrate you, work with us, man. If we hit you up, just make it fair. Because I be talking to ladies. You coming through, you signing autographs and taking pictures. How many people are trying to pay you to sign autographs and take pictures? Minus your travel expenses. Let's say we cover your travel expenses. We're paying you to sign autographs and take pictures with your fans.
Well, Pipes, I want to commend you for being, not only a gentleman and a scholar, but someone who has also created such a wonderful platform for these ladies and created such a a incredible opportunity for them to, you know, be all under one roof and, you know, give really, you know, access for the fans, you know, to be around that. So I can't wait to, you know, watch this relationship between you and I and our brands continue to rock, continue to grow. And, you know, for the protectors listening, this is only just, you know, a little spoonful.
Wait till as soon as you, when we log off and you relieve yourself, when you call me, I want you to call me as soon as you go to the bathroom. After you finish. Bro, when I drop this bomb on you, you're going to fucking flip.
All right. Before I do that, go ahead and plug where they can find you, follow you, purchase tickets, all that good stuff.
So it's PWPINC, the number 4, the word ever. PWP forever, everywhere. That's my Twitter. That's my Instagram. Everybody says I should have a website. It's debatable because I'm going to just have a site where people can go to the social platforms. So for now, PipesWellProductions, you Google that, you're going to find us. Shout out to Thiccness Protection Program, man. Thank you, bro. I'm such a fan of your work. I told you that when I met you.
Oh, man, the pleasure is mine.
Like, nah, it's really like, bro, you have a beautiful platform. You care about what you're doing. I don't do a whole bunch of people podcasts. Not that I'm in high demand or anything like that, but I just respect what you got going on. You're doing it the right way. You care. It's not a cash grab. It's not a perv grab. It's you get perks with the job. Don't get me wrong. There's perks. But you do it because you love it. And I love what you're doing. And therefore, you always got my continuous support. If you wasn't going to Urban X, bro, I would tell you have a ticket on my boat ride. VIP all the way.
We will be talking after this call. There's something I got to update you with. So,
because I'm being honest, Urban X is 3 days. The award show isn't until that Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you come out to New York and then you get on the red eye, you can make it back.
Okay. We're making sense. All right. Well,
because I was gonna go. One of my talents didn't get nominated, but we only found out about the nomination a day before it was supposed to close. Next time,
I remember the story.
Next time we'll get on it earlier. But salute to everybody that got nominated, man. And shout out to Maze the Goat. He's actually hosting my first all ladies night. I'm doing an R&B brunch and male review. In September, Maze is hosting and performing. So shout out to Maze the GOAT, man. Salute him. He's hosting Urban X and he's nominated for several awards. So salute my boy. He gonna win. I love him to death. And I love you too, bro. Thank you.
Much love, Pipes. All right, everybody, this has been Thiccness Protection Program. Make sure you are following at the Thiccness Protection Program, 2 C's on Instagram. Pipes flexing that ice.
Right.
Then Thiccness Pro on Twitter and TikTok. Make sure you're subscribed to Palm Official on YouTube, and make sure you're following on Spotify. Till next time, thank you, Pipes, and we want.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.